From a very warm Friday to severe storms on the way, a line of powerful storms is heading into our region, bringing a weather impact alert until 6 a.m. Welcome to 5 on Your Side at 10. I'm Kelly Jackson. Meteorologist Lance Blocker has been tracking this storm really all week and is timing out what we can expect. Lance?
Yeah, we're getting close to that window now. Weather impact alert for us here for the rest of the night tonight. Storms expected through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. They're lining up just to our west. Strongest storms capable of some damaging wind gusts, maybe some large hail, perhaps a brief spin-up tornado. We're monitoring all of those possibilities here tonight. All clear across our region right now, but you can see just off to the west, a broken line of showers and storms, severe thunderstorm warnings just to the west of our region. This individual line segment has had wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour. Still some more storms back to the west as well. We'll stay under this level 2 threat for severe weather through 6 a.m. tomorrow, and a level 1 threat to the east. This means that scattered strong to severe storms are expected over the coming hours. As you look eastbound into the level 1 threat area, just isolated strong to severe storms. Again, primary risk will be damaging wind gusts. Nothing to be overly concerned about, but it is something to stay weather aware for. We'll be here throughout the rest of the evening into the overnight hours. Meteorologist Gary Frank is here as well. So we'll keep a close watch on things, keep you updated. I got your full forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
And for people living in North St. Louis still recovering from last year's May tornado, the timing of these storms brings a familiar and unwanted anxiety. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon catches back up with a man who's been busy helping his neighbors rebuild.
As the clouds gather once again over the Penrose neighborhood, for many here, the memory of May 16, 2025 remains clear. There's still evidence of the tornado's aftermath on display. Now the new threat of wind gusts over 60 miles per hour and potentially large hail is a test of resilience.
I think it does cause a little bit of anxiety because you never know where it's going to hit.
Calvin Motley has spent months rebuilding his block with donations, and the community has made significant progress clearing debris. Now, Motley is starting a new project, a soon-to-come community garden here at Penrose and Newstead.
We're going to have some wild blackberries.
While the physical landscape is changing, the reality of living in a storm-prone region remains.
We just need to be prepared for if we hear the sirens, and that's a good thing. Last year we did not hear sirens. This year we've heard the sirens on a regular basis. We're in better shape.
He's encouraging neighbors to take storm warnings seriously and do their part to stay safe. Experts warn the overnight timing of this system makes it harder to receive alerts. People are urged to enable wireless emergency alerts and identify their safe place now. As Motley shifts his focus to safety ahead of the storm,
I want a different view out my window, and this will be a different view.
His vision for his neighborhood remains steadfast.
This is the north side. We're going to always rebuild.
Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
And remember, if you live in a mobile home or vulnerable structure, know your safe place now. And you may want to keep your phones off silent tonight so you don't miss any critical weather alerts. Our weather team will have live coverage tracking the storm overnight on our free streaming app. To learn how, you can scan the QR code on your screen. You can also find it by searching KSDK in your TV's app store. And we can also send you the latest forecast anytime you need it. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355 for a link. New tonight, another round of the ongoing talks about the future of policing in St. Louis and how much it should cost. On Wednesday, Mayor Kara Spencer sounded off as city budget deadlines are fast approaching. And hours ago, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend reports Police Chief Robert Tracy and the president of the police board weighed in on the hot button issue.
You might say Mayor Kara Spencer, Police Chief Robert Tracy, and Police Board Commissioner Chris Saraceno are tossing around a hot potato. The bone of contention, how much money does the police department need?
We need enough money to run the police department. It keeps us safe. This time of year comes around each year.
City leaders have been meeting to try and hammer it all out. The mayor says the talks come as the city faces tight budget deadlines. During a recent police board meeting, Spencer said if the police board's proposed $250 million budget moves forward, it could force cuts to other city services. In a letter sent to St. Louis elected officials, Spencer said the proposed 35% increase would devastate our ability to carry out basic municipal functions and necessitate mass layoffs across virtually every other essential city department.
Holding ourselves accountable to this budget is a priority to us as a board.
Right now, the police department has about 852 commissioned officers, with 25 currently in the academy. Chief Tracy says while crime trends are down, the department still faces several challenges.
We need enough money to recruit police officers. We all know we're down with police officers. We need enough money to retain police officers.
With key budget deadlines a month away, the big question, will city leaders find common ground?
Can we work through some of those things? That's our intention.
So the negotiations will continue. The next police board meeting will be held right here at police headquarters on next Wednesday. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
It's been nearly a week since the start of Operation Epic Fury began launching deadly airstrikes in Iran. Tonight, the war could be entering a new chapter. NBC News is reporting President Trump has privately discussed deploying U.S. troops for a ground operation in Iran. That's according to 2 U.S. officials. But the president has since dismissed those claims, calling them a waste of time. Right now, the president is demanding, quote, unconditional surrender from Iran.
But they're tough and they want to fight. And they're calling, they're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late, and we want to fight now more than they do.
On Thursday, Iran's foreign minister said his country is prepared for a possible ground attack by the U.S. Today, thousands of Iranians gathered to mourn the death of Ayatollah Khomeini. New reports say Iran's temporary leadership council is expected to select his son as the next supreme leader. The ongoing conflict is having a negative impact on the U.S. economy. Wall Street saw its worst week since last October. Today, the Dow fell nearly 3,000 points, which is a sharp decline after reaching its all-time high just a month ago. Meanwhile, oil prices surged to their highest level since 2022. AAA reports the average price at the pump has jumped more than 30 cents in just a week. It's being felt across the bi-state. Missouri drivers are paying an average of $2.94 per gallon. Meanwhile, drivers in Illinois are paying $3.40, which is 20 cents above the national average. Coming up, a major blow for Plaza Frontenac. One of its anchor stores is closing, leaving dozens of employees facing layoffs.
St. Louis city leaders are kicking off a new push to keep the city's 1% earnings tax. It's paid for by folks who live and work right here in the city, and it makes up about 36% of the city's general funding source. You can see in this pie chart, it takes up a big chunk of money. Now, I also took a look back at voting results from 5 years ago for this proposition, and I saw nearly 80% of voters here in St. Louis voted to keep that tax in place, and on April 7th, you'll be able to vote on this issue again.
Saks Fifth Avenue is closing its store in Frontenac. The company announced shoppers will have until the end of May to visit its location at Plaza Frontenac. More than 60 employees are expected to be laid off. The news comes nearly 2 months after Saks' parent company filed for bankruptcy earlier this year. Right now, people in Southwest Michigan are surveying the damage caused by severe weather. Less than 30 minutes ago, officials reported 4 people have been killed in the storm. The National Weather Service says at least 1 reported tornado touchdown. Officials are investigating the possibility of other tornadoes, and this is new video of the aftermath. Several buildings were torn apart, and a Menards was left in ruins. Let's check in with meteorologist Lance Blocker. It's been a busy day for you as you have been tracking the impending storms. Is the same system that we just saw in Michigan, is that the one that's headed this way?
Overall, it's the same complex. It's really the same setup, but we're dealing with some different storms, of course, down here. They just extended the tornado watch into Phelps County. We have received communication from the Storm Prediction Center, likely to extend a severe thunderstorm watch further northeast over the next couple of hours. That because of the storms lined up just to our west. We remain in that weather impact alert through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thanks to that line of strong to severe thunderstorms, primary risk will remain damaging wind gusts and large hail, though a brief spin-up tornado can't be ruled out at this time. As we check out radar across the area, for us, everything is pretty much all quiet. But as you look just west of our region, those storms beginning to approach from the west. This is the most impressive line segment right here. It's headed towards Phelps County, Gasconade County here as well over the next hour or so. This one has had wind damage reports associated with it, with wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour. Nothing tornadic with that, though, but we'll continue to monitor here this evening. The greater severe weather threat still remains out to the west of us in that level 3 orange shaded area. Level 2 for us across most of our region. That means scattered severe thunderstorms possible over the coming hours. Level 1 to the east demonstrates a little bit lower threat. And again, damaging winds will be the primary risk associated with it. This is our latest high-resolution forecast model data. It picks up where those storms are right now. We put this in motion, and you can see them beginning to push in from the west. It's closer to 11 o'clock, and then through the overnight hours, this entire line segment does two things. One, it spreads eastward, and two, it does appear to be weaker as it does so. So we could still see some wind gusts and still the possibility of some severe weather with this, but nothing too widespread. We will be with you through the overnight hours as well as this entire batch of showers and storms spreads eastbound. This is now through 3 a.m., just now making it over to Clay County, and then again through the overnight hours. Most of this activity is out of here by first thing tomorrow, say 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. In terms of severe weather threats, the primary risk, again, damaging wind gusts and large hail, a low wind threat of an isolated tornado. That's for this yellow shaded area here on the western half of our region through 3 a.m. As we shift this eastbound through the overnight hours, every one of those categories goes down just a little bit. The tornadoes go down to a minimal risk. Can't say zero, of course, but it's pretty close to that. Wind gusts and large hail down to low as well. But we'll continue to monitor that. And again, that's through about 6 a.m. before that overall severe weather threat ends. This is already the next severe weather threat lining up for us on Tuesday, possibly. We're keeping a close watch on that risk as well. That is the next weather impact alert. You can see that in the forecast here over the coming days. Again, with that warmer air back in place for the next week or so, that typically means that we get those stronger storms on the end of that. But in the meantime, while we're in that weather impact alert through 6 a.m. tomorrow, Sunday and Monday look great. Get outside and enjoy the nice weather.
Enjoy those 2 days.
That's right.
It never ends,
That's
does
right.
it?
No, it's always something.
All right, Lance, thanks. Thanks so much for joining us. And now here's Corey Miller and Zach Parnes with 5 on your sideline.